Shalom and good day all, this is Healing29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review I'll be covering City Boy, which is connected to the We Are Legends cast of characters. And starting off with first things first, and as we move into the cover and its racing. So does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give a 7.5 out of 10. The next thing I'll do is show you, the audience, some of the internal art around the beginning, middle and end, as well as some of the things that we get to see happening story-wise. So as this story begins, we get a bit of a flashback to the character of City Boy, and we learn that his name is Cameron, and he was basically sort of left with his grandfather. And of course there's someone else that he meets on the street who's considered homeless, but we also find out that he is basically working alongside with the mob boss in the territory. So in other words, he's someone who collects information on people. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we see a little bit more in regards to Cameron's flashback, or City Boy's flashback, and how he became to be who he is. We delve a little bit more into his past and finish off towards the end, as we get to see one of the people who's basically connected to one of the big bosses in the areas and who they happen to be working for, which happens to be Darkseid and also Intergang. Now, just a reminder that this is Greg Pak writing this and not Greg Rucka. So if it was Greg Rucka, he'd probably turn this male into a lesbian. But seeing it's not Greg Rucka, it's Greg Pak, and Greg Pak can actually write quite a number of good stories. And one story that I would highly recommend that you check out is Mech Cadet U, and he's also I think they're also reprinting the series and calling it Mech Cadets, so you might want to check that out. But for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, as I enjoyed how the story was brought across with the art, as well as seeing the past and the future be connected to the present events that are happening in the storyline. So moving into the next thing, and that is the rating for the story. Now, first things first, does this story cover the area of time, to which it does. Time was addressed as then and now, but for what they did in relation to that, they mostly used the art to sort of like show a comparison between the then, or the past, and the now. The location that this takes place in is Metropolis. The cast of characters consisting of City Boy's grandpa, who he meets, his mum, who abandons him and leaves him with his grandpa, Cameron, the main character, Fujimoto, who is one of the homeless guys on the streets. We also had Intergang make an appearance, Darkseid make an appearance, and Boss Chang, or Boss Chung, I think it is, who is connected with Fujimoto, as he's sort of like the mob boss in the area. For the overall story rating, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the next issue. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.